So a lot of people that I know that aren't really big into knives like I am, they think that in order to have a good pocket knife, you need to have an expensive pocket knife. And they're not wrong in ways because, yes, an expensive knife is made of better materials, higher quality blade steel, can hold an edge for a lot longer, it's a lot more durable. Generally, they look a bit nicer. And all these things combined do make them very good and expensive. But that's not to say that the cheaper knives are bad in any way at all. Obviously, you've got bad knives that are in the cheaper end, but you also have bad knives that are in the more expensive end. But take this, for example. This is the Civivi Elementum, and honestly, zero complaints about this knife. It looks good, feels good in the hand, you get a nice purchase on it, made of great materials. You've got G10 scales, and you've got a liner lock on the inside. You've got D2 blade steel, which is a great steel. I have managed to rust it a bit, but I've cleaned it off. You've got a nice deep carry pocket clip, and all in all, it's a great knife. It holds an edge well, it's sharp, it cuts, it does what it needs to do. And for the sake of like $60, you wouldn't worry if you broke it. That's one of the good things about cheaper knives. If I was to break this, which is my ProTech Malibu, which is about a $300 knife, I'll be a bit pissed. But if I break a $60 knife, I'll just buy a new one. So they have their advantages. But with all that aside, what I want to talk to you about today is what I believe is the most underrated budget EDC knife of 2022 coming into 2023. And that knife is this. This is the QSP Parrot, and I got to tell you, when I found out how much this knife is worth, I was in shock. This got sent to me by my friend that owns the company Weapons Galore in the UK. They're knives and swords and axes, all that cool shit. Loads of Civivi knives, Wii knives, you name it. Just check them out. I'll link them below. Go and get some shit from them. But he sent me this knife and he was like, Ted, I want to send this to you, test it out, play with it, use it for a few days, and then text me without looking at the website and let me know how much you think it's worth. So I was like, all right, sweet, I'll do it. Put it in my pocket and used it for a few days. Really liked it. That's one of the key things you need to remember about this. I really like that knife. So I texted him and I was like, it's not in the hundreds, I can tell that, but 60 to 80 quid. He called me and he was laughing. He was like, mate, sit down because you're not ready for this. So I was like, all right, yeah, cool. I'll sit down, I'll sit back. What's it worth? £25. I was like, what? You sure? Because it's so good. Like, so good. I did a video comparing it to the Bug Out because I think they're fairly similar. And that's saying a lot considering the Bug Out is about £150 and this is £25. So if you want to check that video out for a more in-depth review on this knife, I'll put that here. Go and check it out. I'm going to try and keep this video as short as I can. Let me just run you through the specs. So you got 440C blade steel. I don't know too much about blade steels, but I know that 440C is fairly good, and it's proven to be good because I've only sharpened it once. And straight out of the box, it was super sharp, like sharper than the Elementum. The Elementum's a good sharp knife. This cuts like a laser. I've sharpened it up, and honestly, I almost got it as sharp as my ProTech, which is saying something because that ProTech is sharp. Like sharp. So if I can get a £25 knife to almost be as sharp as a £300 knife, that's saying something. G10 scales, which is fairly standard in most manufacturers in the industry. You can get micarta and different colours in the G10. I'd prefer a different colour. I'm not a big fan of the blue, to be honest, but it is what it is. Liner lock, thumb stud opening. Pocket clip is like, it's okay. It's fairly deep carry, not as deep as it is on like the Bug Out or anything like that. But let me show you. It does sit fairly deep in the pocket, like that's all right. And it goes in and out of the pocket really, really easy because the clip is fairly flimsy. Like, it's not going to snap, but it's fairly flimsy. But I like how it is because it goes in and out of the pocket so easy, it's not going to rip your pockets up like a lot of other clips do. You can reverse the pocket clip, so you got tip up, left and right-handed, space for a lanyard, and that's about it. It's a good size, comfy in the hand, good bit of whatever that is at the top. I always forget what that's called. I'll just grip. So you can put your thumb on there. That's not sliding, like I'm putting pressure on that. Right, I was just editing this video and I realised I forgot to say anything about the action, which is what everyone wants to know about. The action on this knife is great. Thumb studs, like I said, to open it. Flies open, it's good. Like when you first get it out of the box, it's a little bit stiff, but wear it in, put some grease in there and it's straight open. The liner lock is nice and easy to use as well. So, all in all, winner. It's a great all-round knife, and for 25 quid, you cannot go wrong. It's one of those knives you can chuck in your bag or in your pocket any day for any task, and you won't care if it breaks. It will get the task done for whatever you need. So if you're not into knives and you don't want to get expensive knives, but you want a good knife, this is perfect. And the fact that it's only £25 means that you can break this and just buy another one and not worry about it. You can get 4 of them for 100. So you literally get 12 of these for 1 of these. 12 of these will last you a very long time unless you're fully beating the shit out of them every single day, like trying to lift a car with it or something. That's not going to do anything, but no knife can do that. So I honestly think everyone should have one of these in their kit just purely because it's so cheap and so good. Like I said, Weapons Galore, link below, so go and check them out, pick one up for yourself. They do a D2 version of this as well. There's not going to be much difference, to be honest. They are what they are. I like this one with the 440C steel. Check it out, go and get one. Let me know what you think of it. I will be in the comments. And if you think that I'm wrong and this isn't the most underrated budget knife of 2022, let me know what you think is, and I'll test it out if I haven't already got it. And with all that said, I hope you got something from this video. And if you haven't got anything, get one of these. Do all the YouTube stuff, stick around for more videos on knives and anything EDC and whatever else I fancy doing. And I'll see you next time. See you later.